How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Super Bowl Sunday if you're into that type of thing. I don't watch sports. So pretty disappointing week for me. I really wanted to love the new DJI Mavic Air. Then the failure started happening. So yes, it is on its way back to DJI in California for them to send me a refund. I'm not going to get another one. I'm going to wait for the DJI Mavic Pro 2. But I needed something to do while waiting for that. So I enrolled in the FAA Part 107 certification courses. So I'll be working on that over the next couple months. I happen to take a peek into my news threads on Google, and what do I see trending? Some pilot doing something stupid with a drone over top of a passenger plane. So let's take a look at the footage. So 30 seconds of irresponsibility, which may just have a major impact on the, not only just the drone community, but the RC aircraft community. What many people may not know is whether it's a DJI autonomous drone with programmability, a remote control plane, a remote control helicopter, even one of those little tiny whoops, or a racing quad. You are all supposed to follow the rules and guidelines outlined by the FAA. So I'm disappointed to see this video, because not only am I disappointed to see this video, I'm disappointed that the person who actually shot the video was not only dumb enough to do it. I guess stupid is stupid. Not only were they dumb enough to do it, but they also posted the evidence online for it to go viral. It's going to start a bunch of fear about these things, which is going to lead to more regulations. I don't want to argue. You've seen me argue this in my rant. Yeah, someone in one of the videos that I watched said that, hey, it was a little racing drone that could do no damage to a commercial liner. But then we've seen, videos that a pigeon or pigeons can take down a commercial liner. So I don't want to discount the danger and the recklessness of it. What I want to do is I want to kind of do a PSA announcement, because there's a lot of us out there who don't want our hobby to go away. We don't want to be restricted down in the RC community, not the drone community, but not the UAV community, but the RC community, the guys who fly the airplanes and the helicopters. The AMA has fought for a long time to kind of slow down the restrictions in registration of remote control aircraft. But it's kind of different when we're talking about, like UAVs that have a camera on them, like the drones, the drones, because you're able to kind of fly these things out of line of sight, or program them to fly out of line of sight and potentially do something dangerous with them. But what I noticed is that, and this is just me being part of the hobby, I can go into Best Buy and buy a toy grade drone. I can go online and buy a racing quad. I can go into any hobby shop and buy a remote control helicopter, remote control airplane. And the only time we talk about regulations is when we're talking about drones, the camera drone style drones. And I don't think the average guy coming into the hobby is aware that there are regulations. When you go buy a drone, at the bottom of that checkout page, or even displayed across maybe little posts or signs in Best Buy, it will say, hey, check your local FAA laws and regulations on the restrictions around flying these things. But some guy who goes on Banggood and buys a racing drone, he doesn't know what the flight restrictions are. He doesn't know the heights or altitudes. Looking at that video, I mean, that must have been a powerful little bugger. And that guy may have just been doing a punch out, not even aware of the height that he's climbing to. Which, with a drone like a DJI, it tells you the height. It has restrictions. It gives you a warning when you're getting too high. And again, I've been in the hobby for a long time in remote control helicopters, and there were pros out there that would take a remote control helicopter, clear up into the clouds, just to kill the engine and do an auto rotation down to the ground, which is again against the rules. I just wanted to kind of get this out there as a PSA, and maybe everybody in this community or anybody who's watching this video can share, or actually go out and talk to someone who's thinking about getting to the hobby and give them a couple of links and tell them about the rules and regulations of flying a remote control or a UAV. because I don't want my hobby. I don't want my $1,000 toys. I got like 2 helicopters over there. I got the remote control drones. You know, I do that thing, right? I don't want that to go away just because people are making mistakes. People have made great points. They said, hey, we should stay ahead of the dumbasses. And that's why registration and regulation should be implemented. And I guess I got to kind of agree with that, especially after seeing something like this. I don't want to call everybody a dumbass. I want to assume that most people don't know that they're breaking the law. But in this particular video, this guy knew he was breaking, well, I don't want to say he knew he was breaking the law, but this guy was totally aware of what was happening and did not choose to abort. In that video, you can see that he took off, he went up, and you can see the airliner coming into the frame. And instead of him aborting or just dropping that thing out of the sky real quick to yield the right of way to a commercial airline, he chose to do a little barrel roll and follow the path of the plane, which again was stupid. I think this guy may have had a little bit more knowledge of the sport than just your average user, but again, it could have been anybody. It could have been some new guy who said, "Hey, cool, here comes a jet. Let me see if I can catch that thing in the camera." So, yeah, I need you guys to do me a favor. If you know anybody who is breaking the law, you know, try to talk them out of it. Tell them that it's against the law and it's against federal. There are penalties to it. There's like FAA penalties up to federal penalties up to $250,000. And tell them that, you know, there are resources out there if they want to know what rules they should follow. Tell them that they can go over to the AMA, which is the Academy of Model Aeronautics, and that's usually it's for your RC aircrafts, like your remote control helicopters or your remote control planes, but I'm pretty sure drones are now included in that. Or they can go to FAA.gov and look up the drone laws. We got to educate people out there, man. We got to educate people to do the right things. Just thought I'd talk about that, and, you know, spread the word, I guess. So I'm going to get back to starting my FAA Part 107 courses. I have no tech to review right now because the Mavic Air is done. I do have the DJI Osmo Mobile 2 coming. That's scheduled to be released sometime between February 23rd and March something, so it's probably a month out on that one. And I am looking for anything that will be new in the tech review realm, including the Evo, the new Autel Evos. Whatever one hits the market first, I will be on top of it. So hey, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye.